guys, my first favorites video of 2020. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys all of my favorite products from February. And it has actually been a minute since I've done a favorites video here on my channel. I think it was July over the summer that I did a favorites video, and that's not because I didn't have any favorites products. I don't know, I always feel like I'm so late to the bandwagon or super early that it just kind of gets away from me, and then I end up not doing a favorites video. I did do a roundup of all of my favorite products in 2019, so I will have that video down below if you guys are curious as to some of my favorite products that I was using non-stop last year. Check that out in the description bar. If you're new around here, welcome. My name is Andrea. I make videos all about beauty, affordable fashion, and once in a while a lifestyle post. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button and you guys are turning on that notification bell button to be notified every single time I post a new video. We have a lot of things to get through, so let's go ahead and get started with the very first product. All right, so this product is actually something I've been loving for the last couple of months. Like I said, I just didn't get a chance to talk about it much last month. This is from Tula. This is the Face Filter Blurring and Moisturizing Primer. It's supposed to be like skincare, primer, and moisturizer all in one. It does have probiotics and superfoods in it, so it's pretty much what it says. It's a blurring moisturizing primer that you apply on before makeup. You can also use this if you're doing like a no makeup day. This really works so well. So I was a little bit skeptical to try it out just because Tula is super highly raved about on Instagram. A lot of bloggers I follow talk about Tula, so I'm just like, is this just gonna be another one of those products that's like in the hype and it's not that good? But this one is actually really good and it does work. I do notice that when I put this onto my face, it really does, it makes my skin look flawless. And even though this comes out in like a cream, like gray milky kind of color, when you apply it onto the face, it kind of has this like color changing mechanism and it almost looks like you have on a very thin layer of foundation, and it just tends to like make your skin even all in one color. I do tend to get like pink around this area or red sometimes. It's not like rosacea, it's not anything crazy. It's just if it's like hot or if I touch my face a lot, it tends to like get kind of irritated or start looking a little bit red. But this does a really good job of just evening everything out. Like I said, I love this for when I have no makeup days or when I'm wearing very minimal makeup, but I still want a little bit of like smoothness or coverage to it. This works really well. The only thing with this one is I don't think that this is really good at like combating oils. So if you have really oily skin, this is not going to stop your oily skin. It's also not going to stop it from like breaking up on the day if you have on a foundation or anything like that and you're not using a mattifying primer over and you're not using a mattifying foundation. I also don't think that this does a super amazing job of filling pores. It's not advertised as a pore filler and it does smooth out your skin, but if you have larger pores around this area like I do or in my chin, I do have to go in pore minimizing primer or like a pore filling primer there just to get the look that I want. This is really good for like those minimal makeup wearers or like I said, no makeup days or like everyday makeup kind of looks. This is really good with like a CC cream on top. It's perfect, flawless, makes your skin look really nice, and you're getting really good superfoods and probiotics into your primer. All right, so now moving on to a primer that actually does fill in your pores and give you smooth looking skin. I was super pleasantly surprised with this primer. This was actually a recommendation from my paralegal at the office. She was raving about this nonstop and her makeup looked super flawless that day when I asked, so I just had to pick it up for myself. So this is from Catrice. This is the Prime and Fine Poreless Blur Primer Goodbye Pores. It says it's a velvet smooth primer with soft focus effect that makes pores and fine lines look invisible. And I kid you not, this absolutely does this. I was super pleasantly surprised how good this primer works. It is so bomb. So it does come out in a more kind of thicker formula, which I prefer. It doesn't have like a super silicone-y feel to it. It does feel a little bit silicone-y, but it easily just kind of dissolves really smoothly into the skin and it really just smooths everything out. When I put this onto my face, it seeps right into the pores and it fills them in and it makes everything look smooth and flawless. I really do find that this also really elongates the wear of my makeup. It just makes it look smoother for longer. There are no lines, there's no like texture or like bumps or anything on my face. It just really smooths everything out and it does give and feel like it's that velvety soft effect. If you are someone that struggles with pores, if you have texture, or if you want something that's going to kind of like smooth things out, this is going to be a really, really good one for you. And it is Catrice, so you can use discounts on it at Ulta, and it's super affordable already to begin with. So I really, really do love this guy. Moving on to eyes, I have 4 palettes to talk to you guys about. Let's start with these small ones here because they're from the same brand. So these are from Huda Beauty. This is the Nude Rich Obsessions palette. This guy right here, and then I have the Huda Beauty Ruby Obsessions palette right here. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I did recently do a tutorial with the Ruby Obsessions palette because it was on sale, showing you guys how you can get a really nice neutral everyday look with this palette. And I've just used both of these nonstop. They're really, really good. This is nice for like an extra pop of color, and this one is more like toned down. It's not neutral by any means, but it's still easy to create like everyday looks with it and really wearable looks with it. And the thing I love about this is that a while ago I did try out her the rose gold palette when it first came out, and I wasn't like blown away or anything, but these are completely different. Like, the formula on them doesn't crumble to the touch, but it's still really pigmented. You can blend it out really nicely. You can build up the color really nicely. It works well with like cream shadows or other shadows and stuff. They come in a bunch of colors. She has so many of these little obsession palettes. I like how compact these are too, because then you can just like pack them in and they're easy to travel with. They do come with a mirror. I just find that they're so easy to work with. Like, add more product on there and pack it on, I can do that. If I want to just add like a nice wash of color, I can do that with these. So they're like the best of both worlds. I can create really soft glam looks with these, or I can really pack on the color and the color stays on there and it's vibrant and it's vivid and it just works so well. So I've been loving both of these palettes from her. I will definitely be picking up more in the future. Right, so this is a palette I got during the holidays, and I actually picked this up at TJ Maxx. It was half off of what the original price is. I'm not sure if this is still available at like Ulta or Sephora. I will find links for you guys, of course, and leave everything down below. But this is from Too Faced, and this is the Gingerbread Extra Spicy Eyeshadow Palette. I don't really know what gingerbread smells like, but this is like vanilla-y, chocolatey kind of smell. Palette looks just like this, really nice gold like packaging on the inside, but the colors were what really drew me to this. I love these like orangey warm colors here, and there's just a bunch of really fun colors to play with. You have like peaches, you have a nice butterscotch, you have like browns right over here. This is actually the palette that I used today for this whole eye look. Using this guy, I used Soft and Sweet and then in a pinch on the lid, and it just turned out really nice. I love warm tones, so I feel like I can get really good use out of this for like colors if I want like a really nice colorful look, or something more muted like this, or if I want just a regular like kind of brown smoky eye. There's enough colors here to play with that you can do that as well. I really like this palette, and it had been a minute since I've been impressed with Too Faced shadows. I wasn't a huge fan of the gold chocolate palette or the white chocolate palette. I think they even had like a first gingerbread palette, like just the gingerbread one, which was like okay, but this one really intrigued me with all of the colors. I get so much use out of this guy. I've been using it nonstop. It's just a really good palette, and like I said, I did pick it up at TJ Maxx, so I will see if they have a link to this. Otherwise, I will link this if I can find it somewhere else. I've never tried Too Faced shadows. Too Faced shadows are really, really good. They're one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas for sure. I have a bunch of their chocolate palettes, the chocolate bonbon palette and the semi-sweet palette, so I was excited to add this extra palette into my collection. And then the last palette I have to talk to you guys about will probably not be a surprise if you follow me on Instagram. I've been using this one a lot. I really wanted this for Christmas, and Sigma ended up sending it to me in a PR package. This is the Enchanted eyeshadow palette. It's just like this. I just feel like all of these colors are so unique and different, but somehow they all work together. This Metamorphosis shade is really nice, like a lilac and like a blue mixed in together. This is kind of like a teal kind of color. It has some beautiful like rose gold. No, I just feel like this adds a nice little something to your eye look. It adds a little bit of a sparkle. You can definitely create more neutral looks with this. I did a cut crease on my Instagram. I also did a more kind of like everyday look with it for Valentine's Day as well. You could just do so much with this that I really, really love. And if you guys saw my 2019 Best of Beauty video, you heard me talk about how Sigma has really stepped up their game with their eyeshadow formula. It used to be like just subpar. The Beauty Bird palette and the Warm Nude Neutrals Volume 2 palette and this palette have been so good, really good quality. They just blend out so nicely. They're pigmented, they're vibrant, they're just everything I'm looking for in a shadow. And like I said, these colors are just super different, really intrigued me, and they just all work together. So I've been obsessed with this palette. So next I have an eyeliner that I've been absolutely loving. This is from Benefit and this is the Roller Lash Eyeliner. This one is so good. I actually bought this little sample size maybe over the summer, and for some reason I wasn't using it as much, or I still had another one that I was running out of, so I just kind of put it on the back burner. And then my other go-to liner like ran out, so I was like, oh okay, I'll just start using this one. And holy cow, I was so blown away by how good this is. This is a really good felt tip liner. It's got a really tiny pointy tip at the top, so it makes it really easy to get really close onto the inner corner and just to like flick out your wing and then just really maintain control over it. I like that at the bottom right here the felt is like stiff and controlled, and at the top it has a little bit of flexibility, so you are able to kind of like manipulate it somewhat. Because what I don't like is felt tip liners that are like just really hard and really straight, because sometimes they drag along the eye and pull it. On top of that, this one works really good on top of glitters, eyeshadows, cream shadows, so I just really love it. It just easily glides on. There's no tugging, there's no pulling. It is pigmented right from the beginning, so literally just like one line and you're pretty much good to go. Quickly become one of my all-time favorite eyeliners, and I just recently actually bought the full size of this because I really loved it. It was super hyped up when it first came out, and I don't know why I didn't jump on the bandwagon sooner, but I've just been loving it. It's very good. All right, and then the last two products I have to talk to you guys about are liquid lipsticks. Actually been a minute since I've purchased any new lip products, just because I have so many like lip liners, lipsticks, lip glosses, liquid lipsticks, that I was like kind of on a ban for a little bit. But one of these was sent to me in PR that I ended up really loving, and one of them I got as like a stocking stuffer for the holidays that I also ended up loving so much. So the first one is from Too Faced. This is the Melted Matte Gingerbread Man liquid lipstick. So such a beautiful color. So this is more of like a, I would say like a pumpkin kind of orange. It's a little bit darker. It's not like so bright, so orange. It's more of like a reddish kind of orange, but it's not red either. It's just a really beautiful color. And when you apply it on, it glides on so nicely. It gives you a really nice amount of like warmth to the lips. It gives you a little bit of like an orangey kind of tone. It gives you a little bit of a red, so it makes your teeth look white. It's just a really pretty color. It smells really good too. Like I said, it smells like kind of like chocolate vanilla. It lasts a very long time because it is a liquid lipstick. This guy sold out super fast, so I really thought I wasn't gonna get it in a stocking stuffer. It came back in stock and I was able to get it. It sold out. As of the filming of today's video, it is back in stock, notification of it, but it's just a beautiful tone. If you think reds are a little bit too intense, something like this would be really nice to try out, because it's like heading in that direction, but it's not so red. It does pull a little bit more brown and a little bit more orange. Or if you want to try out oranges but you don't like just like a pure orange on your lips, this is a really good one too. It's just a perfect in between of like a pop of color, a red, a brown, and like a darker kind of color, but it's not so dark where you're gonna feel like you're wearing black, or like a really dark burgundy on the lips and just kind of like go there. So it's a really nice mixture of all of these colors, and I think that's why I like it so much. I really love this with like a neutral look or like a warm look. It just looks so nice tied together, so I've been loving it. And this formula is really good. The Melted Matte formulas last a very long time, and they're very lightweight. They're more of that like liquid formula, so they're not so heavy on the lips or too much of a cream feeling. They're very good. I really love this one. And then the last liquid lipstick is actually a drugstore find. This is from Pixi Beauty, and this is the Berry Beauty liquid lipstick. First of all, I didn't even know that Pixi made liquid lipsticks, let alone really good liquid lipsticks. They did send me a PR package and this was included in there, and I was just blown away. It's beautiful, kind of like berry tone. It has a little bit of a red in there, a little bit of a pink hint to it, but it's not so much one or the other. The formula itself is also more of a liquid lipstick, like a true liquid lipstick. It's not creamy or anything, so it doesn't get into the fine lines. It feels really nice on the lips. You feel like you can feel that one more on the lips than you can the Too Faced one, because this one is just a little bit thicker, but it still feels really nice. It's not gonna weigh your lips down or make them look crepey or anything like that, and I just love the color. It's just such a unique color. It's not pink, it's not a red, but it's also not like a true like burgundy or a purple. It's just a really nice combination of all of those. Again, if you're testing the waters and you want to wear like a darker lip, or if you want to wear something like a red but you don't want to take the full plunge to like a brown or a burgundy or like an actual blue based red, something like this would be really, really nice. I really feel like it complements a lot of skin tones as well, from like really fair skin to like darker skin. I feel like this is something a lot of people can pull off. All right guys, so that is it. Those were all my favorite products for the month of February. Please leave it down in the comments below. What are some of your favorite products for this past month? And if you guys have tried any of these products and totally agree with me or disagree with me, I want to start a conversation down in the comments, so please leave that down below. Snapchat, Instagram, all that stuff is also going to be left down below for you guys, as well as coupon codes to help you save some money. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.